Welcome. We're going to take a look today at how to edit short answers. Our goals that we're going to cover are what makes a good short answer, what should a good short answer look like, and how do you edit it. Alright, so what are the things that go into a well-written short answer? You want to make sure that it answers the prompt. If it's not answering the prompt, no matter how well written or what great information it has in it, it's not really going to be helpful. It's got to have a strong thesis statement, logical, factual support and details, and it should always be organized, academic, and formal. You want to write and make sure that your short answer has depth, breadth, and detail that's appropriate and up to the amount of space that you have. And it should be edited, corrected, and perfected. You should not turn in papers, even short answers that have mistakes in them, so you want to correct those things. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a look at some examples, come up with what kinds of comments that you would give these, and what score that you would assign them. So these are all for the same prompt. The prompt is, in your own words, explain in detail what is formal writing and how it should be used for class. And each of these are short answers following that are turned in for this. Here's the first one. Some of the formal writing expectations for this English class are when writing, use third-person narrative, write out contractions, use transition words and phrases. There should be no errors in spelling, grammar, and punctuation or word choice in one's essay paper. One must use vocabulary that is of their grade level. Research papers contain parenthetical source citations in all body paragraphs. All essays in response must attempt to prove a thesis statement and do not use abbreviations. Now what I tried to do is read this in the way that it's written, because this is actually all one sentence. There's only one period in the whole entire thing, even though there are quite a few commas. It's really just one sentence. So this is a massive run-on sentence. We also have some weird things like randomly capitalized words that are a little bit weird. We've got some spelling mistakes, things like this. So this overall just doesn't read well. Students, when they were asked to grade this, out of a 10, on average they gave it a 5. Here's the next example. This example is it is communicating at a higher level than informal writing. It will be used in this class for everything. As you can see, this one is extremely short. When you know that a short answer needs to be 1 to 3 paragraphs, this isn't even one paragraph. We've got all kinds of mistakes in it. Level, it should be capitalized. Writhing is different than writing. Communicating is spelled incorrectly. Is, we don't really need that, right? So we've got all kinds of mistakes here. Typically, when students were asked to grade this assignment out of 10, they would give it a 1. Next one, some of the formal writing expectations are to use organized paragraphs and sentences. Use the MLA format, do not use abbreviations, use single spacing, no errors in spelling or grammar, use transition words, write with no contractions, and use third person. Lots of great information here, definitely, so that's a happy thing. Okay, and we're missing spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes and stuff like that, so that's also a happy thing. Good things there. Bad things, it's just one sentence, so it's this massive run-on sentence, right? Only one period in the whole entire thing. And not only that, but we have no topic sentence that starts us off at the beginning, no support sentences, there's no thesis here, so difficult to really grade it with anything higher than a 5 out of 10 on this one, because it's still, although this one sentence includes some good things, we're still lacking some of the things that we need. Here's another example. Formal writing expectations are what you expect us to write in how informal writing assignment. Anything from writing in third person to MLA style. So somebody who really just wasn't paying attention when they got the assignment and read through the directions about what a short answer is, and then they only wrote 2 sentences here. We've also got mistakes. 3RD is an abbreviation for third. It's not a word, so you'd want to write that out. U should be in lowercase letters, and of course we only have 2 sentences here, where we should have a minimum of 1 paragraph, so we need some more stuff. Let's take a look at another example. Although students have different options in class on how to write, everyone needs to use the formal writing expectations. These expectations cover organization, style, and ideas. They include everything that a student needs to do to communicate well in writing. Students who communicate well tend to perform well. People do not write the way they speak for every situation. No one would write their grandmother a sloppy, misspelled text message that they would send their friends. So, using formal writing expectations is an important key to performing well in a high school English class. Students need to be organized, use an academic style, and write with thorough ideas that show their intelligence. Specifically, the formal writing expectations mean that when a student writes a short answer, essay, or research paper for class, that assignment should follow certain rules. It should be formal and academic in its style. It should be organized with an introduction, body, and conclusion, and it should contain intelligent ideas that are supported by experts in research. Overall, students should do their very best writing in class on every assignment. This example usually gets rave reviews from students. We don't have any mistakes here. Sure, there are some areas where the student could go into greater detail. The student could give some more specific examples. Some of the sentences are a little vague so that they could be more specific, but on average, students will give this a 9 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10. So this one tends to score pretty well. It's got all kinds of the things that we're looking for in a short answer. It's got 3 paragraphs. We start off with, right here, we have the thesis statement at the very beginning. We go into support. There's lots and lots of support here in the second paragraph as well as the third paragraph, and we have a single sentence that's strong enough to stand in as that conclusion. So this one works out pretty well. Good 9 or 10 there. Alright, so take this viewpoint of being the reader. As a reader, do you want to read writing that's sloppy, shallow, and doesn't demonstrate intelligence and competence? Of course not. You would push that to the side and not continue reading. So that's what you want to do for your readers, to give them really quality reading that they can read easily and that they're impressed by and therefore interested in your ideas. What are students expected to do? Students should write strong, short answers when asked. Be sure to edit their own and others' short answers, and recognize the difference between strong and weak writing. At this point, what you should be able to know and do include understand what makes a good short answer, recognize good short answers, and know how to edit a short answer. I hope this information has been helpful to you with your writing. Good luck!